and also past chairman of the Northampton Township Veterans Advisory Committee. I've been given a great honor tonight, and that is to have us pay a great honor to a great citizen of this community, Colonel retired Paulette Schank. Paulette Schank is a distinguished member of our Northampton Township Veterans Advisory Committee, of Congressman Mike Fitzpatrick's nonpartisan Veterans Advisory Committee, many more things in this community. Let me jump over to what you don't know about her as your friend and neighbor in the U.S. Air Force Reserve. Colonel Paulette Schank was a commander of the 514th Aerospace Medical Squadron with 200 personnel. That's considered part-time for a reservist. And supervisory duty for two commanders of two subordinate units of 300 more medical personnel. For U.S. Air Force deployments of medical assistance were done by deployments to Honduras, to Desert Storm in 1990, to Africa in 1998, the embassy bombing, Operation Resolute Resolve, Operation Noble Eagle 2001, Turkey, 3 Iraq, medical assistance, Operation Enduring Freedom, Saudi Arabia 2008, 2 tours in Iraq. Battlefield combat trauma operating room nurse. I can't think of any more tougher job. Except getting shot at. Anthony knows all about that. Marine Corps guy, Congressman Fitzpatrick's office knows that tough job. But Paulette told me of one tougher job. And she said that was the job of the commanders sitting outside her operating room door and the other operating room doors, waiting for the doctors to come out to tell them how his wounded soldiers would survive or not. That's a tough job. Paulette did that for 2 years. Not done enough yet, Paulette. On the civilian side, she made 7 missions, medical missions to Peru, medical assistance. And to Haiti, the earthquake victims, again, trauma care operating in the worst conditions. Colonel Schank retired from the U.S. Army Reserve, our Air Force Reserve 2 weeks ago. I attended her retirement ceremony. Now, a bit of context. I've been attending retirement, promotion, change of command ceremonies since the early 1970s. So I've seen many fine officers and NCOs honored over the years. Colonel Schank's boss, Marine Commander Colonel Mike Undercoffer, was most eloquent in describing her features, her characteristics, her person as a soldier and an airman in the U.S. Air Force Reserve. She was a kind, compassionate, superb leader. Now, I've heard many honors for kind, compassionate, superb leaders, but there was more. In 40 years, I've only heard about 3 or 4 times a unique quality that just doesn't appear in too many people. Colonel Undercoffer said, when I met with Colonel Schank, I knew I was in the presence of greatness. What is greatness? She's already kind, compassionate, and a superb leader. She can, just by knowing you, inspire you to your own greatness. And that's greatness by itself. Rare indeed is a person who combines all 4 of these features. Kind, compassionate, superb leader, greatness. People have them separately, but are rarely ever together. But Paulette Schank is one of these rare individuals. So what's she do now? What's after retirement? A day of rest? A day of relaxation? No. The next day, she boards a plane from Port-au-Prince, Haiti, for a week to negotiate the startup of a medical clinic, private volunteer organization in Haiti. All of the business planning, all of the fundraising, recruiting, negotiating, interagency coordination, Department of State, U.S. Agency for International Development, on and on and on. She's now in her relaxation mode. And then all of the things she does here. When I retired, I had an Army, a friend of mine gave me a gift. It was an Army Reserve retired flag. This great seal of the United States Army, U.S. Army retired, and the motto on it was still serving. Now, there's got to be an Air Force equivalent to that, because she certainly earned it. Still serving. You know what? That's great. Thank you, Paul.
It was a rough day, I guess 2 weeks ago, when I had our retirement ceremony with my squadron, and had the opportunity to say goodbye to all of them. So I thought,
all 500 of you.
there were so many tears shed that night. Like I'm saying, there's no reason for tears, because with every change comes even better. And whatever status we need today, with every change, it's going to be even better than it was today. So, for all the people who had tears that day, I kept saying, guys, you are phenomenal. I am privileged to have been a commander of the 514th Aerospace Medicine, Aerospace Medicine Squadron, Air Force, which is the outstanding unit of the Air Force Reserve Command. Awesome, awesome. They're fantastic, fantastic people. And I've had that privilege. So, I will miss them, but I know that they will take care of their next commander, and they will remain outstanding, because that's the type of folks they are. You know. Today I wanted to thank Pete Palestina publicly. Pete, would you mind coming up here? We have a custom in the Air Force of a challenge coin. Is everybody familiar with the challenge coin? Yes. Well, the 514 AMBS commander's got a challenge coin for the AMBS. The flag cardinal was given me when I first deployed the first time. He said, oh, by the way, you have flags for me. And you can come with me. But okay. You know, and then when I found out what it was, I thought, wow, our community recognizes those people who serve in the military. One of the awesome things is it really makes you feel grounded in this community and so proud to be part of it. Well, this has been going on for how many years? 10 and a half years. It hasn't stopped. So from the inception of the idea of the flag ceremony to being in the living room, organizing it, to continuing every time we have a troop that goes out the door to deploy, to the time they come home, or they come make it back to do that flag exchange, we have somebody here to read the same statement to let you know your community is here. And because of that, keep going. Thank you.
On behalf of all 80 people that we have honored so far with this program. Thank you very much.
Green Corporal Anthony N. from Congressman Mike Fitzpatrick's office, 3 tours in Iraq.
As mentioned, Mike couldn't be here this evening. He's down in D.C. But it occurs to me, while I'm observing a beautiful event here, that we hear words like privilege and honor and greatness, and I know Mike would certainly want me to convey his appreciation, as mentioned before. Paulette does sit on his nonpartisan Veterans Advisory Committee. So I know that it's been his honor and his privilege to facilitate all the great things that you and the committee have done for veterans. I should add that 2 weeks ago, on the eve of Paulette's retirement, Mike had what's known as a 1 minute. He took the floor from the Speaker of the House, read a statement about the Colonel's accomplishments. It was entered into the Library of Congress, and it's there reserved for all time, so that's a congressional 1 minute. And in addition to that, we also have a flag and a corresponding certificate, flag of the United States of America flown over the United States Capitol. At the request of the Honorable Mike Fitzpatrick, Member of Congress, presented to Colonel Paulette Schank recognition of her retirement from the United States Air Force Reserve. It truly has been an honor, man.
Pat Camano from Scott Petter's State Representative Scott Petter.
Congratulations. You certainly are the most beautiful, well-dressed woman in the room. You're a beautiful example to all the young people here. We need more people like you in this age. Congratulations. Unfortunately, Representative Petter is in Harrisburg. I believe he will try to be with us. But he is working hard for us. So congratulations on your service. Thank you for all that you have done for our country and our community. Congratulations and God bless.
Thank you so much. That's it?
Thank you, Dr. Lynn.
Thank you so much. Wow.